FBI warns of anarchist plot to ambush cops on Halloween. What's going on, guys? MaKaElectric. It's Thursday, the 29th of October, 2015. I've got several videos I want to make. I'm just finding it difficult to find the words anymore. Let's start off with this. The FBI released an alert on Monday warning the NYPD and police departments nationwide of a potentially dangerous anarchist group that says it plans to ambush cops on Halloween. The extremist group, known as the National Liberation Militia, has proposed a Halloween revolt that encourages supporters to cause a disturbance and attract the police to viciously attack them, the FBI said. I'll put this link from the New York Post. This comes as a story, also comes out from Newsmax. FBI law enforcement killings of 51, almost double the year before. This is partially due to more violent crime, and this is partially due to people taking shots at the police. Why? Well, let me just start off by saying I don't condone violence against police or citizens or anyone else. But why do you think it is that the American people are starting to become upset with law enforcement? It sucks to watch this happening. You know, Spring Valley school officer caught on video slamming South Carolina student to ground during arrest. Officer pulled from the school. He has since been fired. You know what goes through my head when I watch that video over and over and over again, as CNN has played it over and over and over again? Respect my authority. And I don't mean that in a funny Cartman kind of way. I could just picture that going through that officer's head as he's throwing that girl across the room. Was she that big of a threat? Now people say, well, you don't know what happened before. You don't know what precipitated. It was over a phone. A combative student who wouldn't leave the classroom. And your response is to throw her across the room? You must feel like a really big man. I'd love everybody's thoughts on that story. I got a ton more for you, though. Don't get caught up on just that one. Cleveland cops assault, arrest, interrogate peaceful protester for holding Tamir Rice photo at public meeting. Of course, the police department was found at no fault of murdering that child. Put a link to that. Meanwhile, the NYPD is using mobile X-ray vans to spy on unknown targets. October 19. Put a link to that. Cops pull driver over for drinking coffee. This happened in Minnesota. Why are the American people getting so upset with law enforcement? This woman got a ticket for drinking coffee while she was driving. I wasn't aware that that was against the law. Are cops in this city so bored that they're pulling over people and ticketing them for drinking coffee? Meanwhile, you know how many distractions a police officer has going down the road? He's got a computer, he's got a radio, several other things going on, probably a cup of coffee on the side. This is called soft tyranny, folks, in my opinion. The Washington Times. Police fear YouTube effect affecting work, contributing to rise in violent crime. Police officers are becoming frightened to do their work on the chance that they may be caught on video doing something wrong or something that may be construed as wrong. I understand that argument, but it's absolutely pathetic that we have gotten to this point in the first place. You know what scares me more than police officers being scared about being captured on video? Home and Square revealed how Chicago police disappeared 7,000 people. New article here from The Guardian, 19 October 2015. Check it out. Guardian exposes fullest scale yet detentions at off-the-books interrogation warehouse, while attorneys describe find your client chase across Chicago as something from a Bond movie. Up in Chicago, you have an interrogation warehouse, off the books, black site. This is Nazi Germany shit, folks. Things we told you years ago were coming. I'd love everyone's thoughts on that. You got sheriffs being sent these videos, sovereign citizen training for law enforcement. I'll put a link to a 15-minute video. Please check it out. Sovereign citizen training. In my opinion, the sovereign citizen movement is simply people who are engaged in a peaceful, I don't know what you call it, revolt, or these are people who understand that the entire system is corrupt, from the president on down to the meter maid. Have sovereign citizens acted in violent ways against police? Yes, but There are extremist people in any group, be it they religion groups, militia, law enforcement. I'll put a link to that video, Sovereign Citizen Training. Check it out, pass it around. Who's the true enemy, though? Below that, I'll put a video called Cops Gone Wild, Psychopath Edition, The Unfortunate Truth. Unfortunate indeed. Am I worried about sovereign citizens? Absolutely not. Am I worried about this 2-hour-long video showing the police brutally murdering and beating people across this nation? I'm terrified. This is the very thing our founding fathers warned us about. Of course, quoting any of the founding fathers makes you a terrorist these days. While all this tyranny is going on, you got the steady assault on the Second Amendment. Salon puts this out. Want a gun? Take a bullet. Take this, gutless NRA cowards. You can have a gun once you understand the pain of being shot. Is that what it says in the Second Amendment? You can have a gun, but you must be shot first? This is dangerous shit, folks. I'll put another link to back that up. Zero Hedge. Hillary Clinton considers mandatory gun buybacks. It ignites confiscation concerns. Talking about, we should look at what they did in Australia. You treasonous bitch. My fear is she'll be the next commander-in-chief. Speaking of Hillary Clinton, law enforcement, you want to look at some real criminals in this country? Did anybody watch the Benghazi hearing, the latest one? Mom of Benghazi victim demands answers while Hillary Clinton laughs off email scandal. October 15. She's going to get away with it. Not only will she get away with it, but she'll be the next commander-in-chief. I make that prediction right now. Speaking of tyrants and people who should be locked behind bars forever, George W. Bush gets paid $120,000 to speak to amputee Iraq veterans. This treasonous, murdering bastard who's responsible for the death of thousands, tens of thousands of people in the wake of the lie of 9/11. Now he gets paid $120,000 to speak to amputee Iraqi veterans. In my opinion, that is a slap in the face. So blatant. I mean, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist. It's just like him up on the stage cracking jokes about weapons of mass destruction after tens of thousands of people were murdered over that fucking lie. I know what the founding fathers would do. Of course, I can't say that. CNN Politics. Joe Biden changes story on Osama bin Laden raid. Of course, because it never happened. 9/11 was an inside job. Anybody who looks into it will come away with at least a lot of questions. We killed Osama bin Laden and threw him off the back of a ship in the middle of the night, and there's no evidence of this? Just take our word for it. Remember that night? People gathering at the White House fence in the middle of the night. Is this nation that stupid? You have a government that lies and scandals everywhere, all around you, but you're going to trust them to tell you the truth? Oh, we just take our word for it. Tens of thousands murdered over the lie of 9/11, and law enforcement says sovereign citizens are the bad guys? Moving toward a one world government, a one world economy, and one world religion. October 19, 2015 from Zero Hedge. But sovereign citizens are the bad guys. I'm going to put a couple videos at the bottom. U.S. gives up Durka Durka, makes you the new enemy. We Are Change did a video on that. And to back that up, Charlie McGrath, watch at your own risk. The American people are now the enemy. We got these great things after 9/11 called the Patriot Act and National Defense Authorization Act, where they can legally disappear you. True stuff, look it up. And a lot of us have been saying all these years that this apparatus will get turned against the people. It is indeed being turned against the people. To law enforcement and military everywhere, the American people are not your enemy. The United States government is corrupt to its core, and you are taking orders from them. Do you understand what it is you're involved in? Please tell me your thoughts. I'll leave all these links below. Please rate this video. Please pass it around. Make people aware. I'd love to hear your thoughts. You guys take care, stay safe, remain vigilant always. More videos to come. I'll see you on the next one.